This is your daily market review for Thursday, March 27, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Thursday, March 27, 2025. Hopefully you're having a great day. Didn't get too chopped up as we talked about. Chop, fizz, what a relief it is, whatever you want to call it. End of month, mark down and mark up potential. Talked about this yesterday on the recap. Talked about this in the group chat. And guess what? Choppy day, closed down, filled some gaps, backed up a little bit. Surprising? Nope. Talked about the VIX bouncing, VIX trading. Again, all these little things. Again, this is why you watch the recap. This is why you spend 20 minutes, put it on 1.5. That's the pro move, and check everything out. Because again, there's going to be a lot of levels and insights into this recap as usual. So anyway, as we get into this, again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Always appreciate the love, support, generous donations. If you want to chat, use the calendar link. Let's chat. What do you want to talk about? Finance? You're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate? Oh my God, if you do look to buy real estate and you do not hit me up and you don't get a referral agent, again, I will refer you out to some of the best agents in the country. Again, that's part of the network I'm in. Would love to help out. Let me know what you're looking for. And also, too, if you need help with trading, learn how to trade, you're watching the trading videos you don't understand, this is your opportunity. Again, check it out. Also posting trades, ideas, thoughts, all sorts of fun stuff. Oh, I didn't post on here. And on my Twitter, and also, again, check out the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit the notification button, subscribe. I appreciate it on whatever platform. It means the world to me. And again, if you want to donate, hit the thanks button or links are in the description below. If you have PayPal, Venmo, want to throw your boy a bone, I appreciate it. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, the market's going to dump from here and the end of the world. Okay, I get it. I've said this, and again, we're going into earnings. We're going to seasonality. Again, if you don't have the Stock Traders Almanac, I highly recommend it. There's a link in the description below. If you look at the first 10 days of April, are typically very bullish. Okay, can it not be? Potentially. Are these tariffs and all this stuff? Maybe. I don't know. But my guess is that, again, going into earnings at some point, there's going to be a pop from here. Because, again, bearish sentiment. Everybody's scared. Everyone's assuming the worst. And what's going to happen with these tariffs? We know what Trump does. He initiates them, and then people react to them. We'll see what happens. If this time different, your guess is as good as mine. I'm assuming that it will play out typically how he does it. All right, so check out tradingagent.com. Turn profits into properties and passive income. I appreciate it. All the love, support. Again, here's again. You want to click on the link, Stock Traders Almanac. Questions about tweets, personal, private. I mean, again, I don't think this is updating. February 16th. It's too bad. All right, well, I'll have to figure out the plugin here. X, you were a pain in the butt. Anyway, lots of fun stuff on here. So let me know how I can help. Let's dig into it. We know for the next meeting coming up in May. It's actually, it's kind of funny. May 7th. It's not that far away. It's only a month away, but the odds of a rate cut, 0, essentially. Bitcoin, talked about it trading between the ranges. Do you want to get involved here? I don't. I mean, did anyone see GameStop raising money to buy $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin and got crushed? Someone knows something. Who knows? Again, look, gold keeps performing. Second quarter typically not bullish for gold. Again, I don't want to hate on Bitcoin, and I'm not going to hate on any, again, because there's no reason. It's just get indifferent. I don't like this setup. Some people are like, oh, you don't like Bitcoin. I'm like, no, it blew off top. It's in the consolidation phase. One consolidation phase up at the high range. Now you're making a consolidation phase at a lower range. That to me is a downtrend until proven otherwise. And not to say that you can't go long or short it here, and that's your choice, but I'd rather wait for reference points. Again, you could short here, you could buy here, you go long here. If you break out, you could break. Again, I don't want to get stuck holding dead weight. Oil, been popping up, holding up pretty well. Again, we'll see what happens here. I mean, again, I expect long-term, I love this area. We've talked about it. Natural gas, same kind of thing. Like, I love natural gas long-term. Please let it pull back. For the love of God, I'd love to buy it on dips. Dollar, starting to, again, not really super volatile, but we'll see what happens here. Again, I feel like the tariffs are priced in, but not meaning priced in forever, but just in general, like, please be careful, right? Got it? All right. TLT, man, this is hard right here, right? Kind of over it, right? I don't know. I look at it and go, well, do I think rates are going to go higher? I'm not anticipating because, again, I think the economy's slow, but GDP data is flatlining. Again, we'll see near term. I like this trade, but here's where if you bought at the range lows, you stop out. You can always get back in. Wait for it to get back over the 50-day. Keep it simple, stupid. Make sense? VIX talked about it hitting the 100 and 200-day moving average due to bounce. Here you go. Here's your bounce. There you go. Keep an eye on it. VIX not confirming today, which is interesting, right? I like to see the VIX retest the lows, make higher lows if it's going to be done. Any questions about that? Again, I think the VIX structure going into the end of the month, not really telling me much where I can be confident in it going higher. Just my opinion. SPY, which would make sense because you get the first 10 business days of April to be bullish. Talked about today, pulling back off the 200-day. Doji, that doesn't look that bearish to me. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it felt so painful. No, you rally back. You got a gap here. Would it be surprising if you filled the gap? No, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Now, again, not to say that we can't go lower on the 200-day as a reference, but man, me personally, I would think if we're about to shred, you're not going to see a doji here. That's my opinion. QQQ and filled the gap. Tight action. Keep an eye on it. You can get bearish if you break below it. But if we hold this 480 area, you got to be careful being a bear. And if it gives you a reference to buy, great. IWM, we've talked about this. Oversold weeks and weeks and weeks of down. It's due to do this kind of shit. Due to do some chop. Your guess is as good as mine. I wouldn't be geek shorting. That's for sure. Not yet. Not right now. DIA, same kind of thing. Oversold, bounces. Now it's pulling back some. We'll see what happens here. Keep an eye on it. Let's get into gold because this is one where it's really confusing. Again, we talked about end of quarter markup, end of quarter markdown. Talked about this on the video every freaking day. And then somebody's like, well, what's going on here? And it's like, here's the purpose. All right, if you've been leading and you're going up and you've had a great quarter, do you think people want to put this on their balance sheets or I guess their statements? Maybe. Makes sense. Again, I'm not trusting gold in the second quarter, but I'm not shorting it. That's for damn sure. Silver, nice little potential breakout. This is the one thing that I don't trust at the end of the quarter, though. Because, again, I've seen this again where you mark stocks up to bring them down. Again, long term, I love silver, love gold. Disappear from a year from now. Zero doubt will be higher. Near term, I don't know. GDX, again, miners have been chopping up, holding pretty well. Keep an eye on them. GDXJ, same kind of thing. I will say I don't like that the GDXJ is lagging. I like junior miners leading. AEM, this one has been chopping up at the highs. Starting to catch a bid here. Okay. We'll see. It needs to break out. AG, this one's been chopping around. You would think this would be up, making new highs, 740. Newmont, this one is chopping around the range highs. Keep an eye on it. Breakout. We'll see. Again, all these names, if you want to trade them, they need to see the breakout. Keep it simple, stupid. A lot of them are chopping around the range highs. Keep it simple, stupid. Again, Taiwan Semi. So let's get into tech because I've told you I don't like tech. I don't like semis. Don't like semis. Don't like semis. However, do you have a tradable range bottom near term? Keep an eye on it. I think so. Micron, right? This one popped, flopped, chopped all over for earnings. Middle of the range, back at the range lows. Like got chopped around the middle. Now you're back at the range lows. Do you bounce? AMD. Again, oversold. I agree. I mean, this thing has been just absolutely destroyed. I feel like it's going to come back up in the 120s at some point. NVIDIA, again, my short of the 2025. Everyone hates, oh, you're a hater. I'm like, no, it's done. It's toast. Not going to go down in a straight line either. It's going to be all over the place. I don't know. You know, they have earnings in May. And again, if Eric's listening, shout out to him. He's like, I wonder if it's sell in May and go away when NVIDIA has their earnings. Could we chop around until then? Abso-fucking-lutely. If you've never seen chop, go look at the IWM last year. All chop in a range. SMCI, 100-day. Man, it's a tough one. Don't know. Don't know. Moving on. Intellectual property. Do know this one is not going to get bought out for a crazy premium. See it in a trending range. Keep it simple, stupid. AVGO. This one looks a little sketch. We talked about Apple's done with them. Channel low, 200-day break. If we break below 170, adios, amigos. Again, SMH, same kind of thing. Back to the trend line. I don't mean to be, and people are like, oh, you hate semis. No, I just don't like the idea that the stocks are going to price at a premium because, again, there's going to be a flooding of great chips. Look at China. Everybody's making great chips. Chocolate chip factory now. Everyone's making chocolate chips. That's basically what it is. Adobe, talked about this one bouncing. Seems okay here. You have a reference. Apple, not down today. Again, certain tech names were holding up pretty well. Right? Watching the 20-day, needs to get over it. Keep it simple, stupid. Amazon, flat on the day, right? Seem to be holding the 200-day. Could we reach up to the 215 area before earnings? Very possible. Meta. This one's interesting, right? Look at this hammer. Got a gap here. Watch the 597. See what happens when it fills it. CRM. Again, keep it simple, stupid. Write these down and trade them if you want. Chopping around. I really don't have much on that one. Guggenheim. I like Goog. Right, we talked about this one. Here you go, getting your gifts, you're getting your retests. Talk about this all the time. Retest, retest, retest. Eat fresh, refresh. Now, sometimes you don't get amazing retests because it depends on how straight line the moves were down or up. But here you go. We'll see. And meaning like the more straight line up you go, the more likely you don't retest. Same thing as if you stock gets like we'll go Tesla, like it absolutely destroyed. I mean, it's still got to retest, but yeah. Sometimes they don't happen. Like maybe you see this, like here's a chop, you get the, and then boom. Keep an eye on Microsoft. This one's holding up pretty well, chopping around. Again, I just don't think it makes sense to be bearish near term. Now, traders market, some names will be down, some will be up, but keep an eye on it. NDAQ, I mean, I'd love to see that 150-day cross hit. MicroStrategy seems to be consolidating here. If Bitcoin's about to go, then this needs to start waking up. Netflix and chill and spill, whatever, seems to be watching this like 1,000 area, can't get over it, keep an eye on it. Roblox, like this one on pullbacks. Man, I can't believe we identified the bottom in this and did not ride this. Here we go, like a big down move. Like, look at this thing. Just then you get a little bit of a V, little V. Again, you're in a chop range. You didn't recognize until later, but I do like this on pullbacks. Just not now. Pan W. Oh, why was it down? I don't know. I'm digging it though. Like I said, I like cybersecurity names on pullbacks. Tesla, man. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to the moon. I mean, Twitter was just on it. So hard today. Like, oh, we're going to the moon. 200-day, chop around. Okay. Again, I think they benefit from tariffs or with or without tariffs. Again, it looks like Trump is going to always wants manufacturing in the U.S. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, at this point, again, I talked about choppiness at the 200-day. Trade it. A lot of people don't listen. They think just always in straight line moves. I do not mind the consolidation. I've said I would not be surprised if you consolidate into the end of the week. And then next week, kapata-pa-pow, up. So let's go into it. More of these tech and other random names. Palantir, right? I like it. Watch for the pullbacks. Again, meaning like pick your price. I would love to see this thing in the 85s. Insight, again, I think they get bought out. What price? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I like them at lower prices if they're on, for sure, if it's on sale. HIMS, talked about this thing. I don't trust HIMS. I think it's going to consolidate. Again, watch the range lows, right? Watch the range lows. Can we get the trend line? That would be probably the ideal spot. BABA seems to be holding the 130s. Again, I don't trust Chinese stocks at all. It's had a nice run. Congratulations. Moving on. McDonald's. This one is trying to break out, man. This one's a tough one. Sneaky. Again, this is why sometimes you don't know. Starbucks, we talked about this one being oversold, getting bounces here. Makes sense. Airbnb wants to bounce. Should bounce. That's not very, I don't know. Today's doji is interesting because clearly you have some sort of support around 123. I'd be watching that, right? If you want to trade it. Coin is another one that just got a bounce. Gap fill, chopping around. DKNG. Got a bounce back now near the range. I mean, you have all these trades that are setting up where you can trade the ranges. Like if this is going to be a choppy bounce, you go right ahead, trade it as you want. Costco, here you go, double bottom, bouncing. Not going to go up in one day. It's not going to go up every day, like Tesla, right? Like they don't. FedEx, here you go, oversold bounce. Now watch what happens at the 20-day. Keep it simple, stupid. XLF, as we talked about. I don't trust the banks, but we knew they would bounce. And you have earnings coming up, so watch XLF. Hood. Had some interesting, filled the gap. I mean, I like Hood here at the 20-day. It seems better over the 20-day. A lot of these names are like trading under it. Or, I guess JP Morgan's holding up pretty damn well. I don't know. That 255 area just looks like a reference. To me, Hood has just, I don't know. It's different than JPMO, right? Like here's Morgan Stanley under the 20-day. Bank of America, right? Chopping at the 200-day. again, I would love to just let these things chop the fuck out. Goldman under the 20-day. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they're all over. KRE definitely trading at the 20-day. Keep a chop, chop, chop. Keep a chop, chop eye on that. All right. XBI is when we talked about you want to play the ranges. Here you go. You're at the range low. Keep an eye on it. Jets gets oversold, bounces. Here you go. Does it come back down? XHB housing index. Again, like this is why it's tough to trust the market to dump when this thing is oversold due to bounce and chopping, right? Like you're gonna want to see the synchronous, not synchronous. You want to see everything move together when it's ready. Just keep an eye on it. Dow. Let's go through some of these chemical names. Still waiting. I like this down. I got an alarm down at 34.40. CE. Again, we talked about some of these names getting dumped into in a quarter. They make sense. Caterpillar chopping around, right? DE holding up pretty well for the quarter, but still, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would touch that one. Nucor is an interesting one. Would like to see this get. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, Interactive Brokers. Here's another one. I would like Nucor at lower prices. I mean, a lot of these names just watching. If you get them, you get them. X holding up pretty well. And there's another one again, just watching the ranges. You see the charts. Take a pause. 26 area. Valet needs to get over, for example, 200 days. Things seem to be compressing. It kind of looks like a cup and handle. We'll see it here. Again, 200 days crucial. Arrow, we like junior copper. Copper has been on fire. Pullbacks a little bit. Perfect. FQVLF looked like it was going to break out. Come right on back in. I'd have no problem. I would love to pick up these names at cheaper prices. SACO, same kind of thing. Love to see this in the mid to low 80s. FCX. Would love to see this, I don't know, probably in the mid 30s. But again, you just don't know how deep the pullbacks will be. URNJ, again, we like junior, definitely like junior uranium. Keep an eye on that one, right? Like watch these levels, right? If you think Tesla's going to do well, we need some more power supply. CCJ, same kind of thing. We're watching the 40 area. Talked about CF, may have missed the bottom here. Kind of feeling like it. Trend line, yeah, oops. Mosaic, this one hit the channel high, backing off. If it holds the 200-day high and tight is bullish. Again, I like ag names. SQM is another one that's been all over the place, but it seems pretty strong. Meaning, like I know this is the pullback of a couple days, but I mean you can see it. Sorry, I don't know why I haven't drawn it. Clearly a trend line of some sort around here. If you get the trend line, that would be gift. Let's put a little alarm status. Keep an eye on it. NTR again. We like ag. It just you got to buy it on pullbacks. Don't chase it. AA, again, I love aluminum. Cool. Again, tariffs maybe has drops this stuff down. I would love to see this stuff cheaper. Kalu's another one, right? Back at the range lows. Would love to see this cheaper. MP's been holding up pretty well. Credit where credit's due. CF, another one. Again, some of these names make sense down here. If you want, again, if you pull the trigger, let me know if you need help. Because again, I think you can buy them. I just don't think I would get like crazy like that. They can't go lower. They might get stuck for a little bit. Solar again, I don't trust solar at all. Said don't trust. ENPH, don't trust. Trying to see if there's anything special out there for solar. I do like here. Oil holds and it bounces going into Memorial Day. Maybe we get a solar bounce here. Keep an eye on it. HYG. Again, I've been on record like you got to be high to your mind to buy corporate debt. Keep an eye on it. USO, oil. Again, nice little bounce. UNG, chopping around. Looks all right. KOLD, we talked about if you short in the 80s, you should take some profit down here, bouncing. Maybe mid-20s, upper 20s. Keep an eye on it. XOP, we talked about this one hitting the channel high. You got to take some profits. Let it pull back. Now, again, maybe it just only pulls back to the 20-day. High and tight would be bullish. ExxonMobil's been holding up pretty damn well lately, right? Chopping around. MPC, we talk about how like gasoline names typically lead. All right, they're looking a little tired here, right? A little sleepy up at the range highs of recent, right? Okay, that's okay. Consolidation could be bullish. Keep an eye on it, right? Occidental is another one we like. Seems to be holding up pretty damn well off of the lows as the market seems to be slapping around. BP is another one that we liked at the 29 level. High and tight's bullish. Let's see what happens here. Devon Energy. This is one that looks interesting here. Again, if you can get some pullbacks in the low mid 30s, that looks pretty damn good. Apache. This one's pretty cheap, man. But bounced already from the trend line. Again, I don't know if they're going to pull back or not. Heavy. But I'd be watching these. Lyondell base is another one that looks interesting here at the range lows. Feels like it's capitulating. EQT, one near the highs. Like, is it going to break out? Is it going to chop around? Good question. Last but not least, CVE. Again, one that I really like long term because I think we'll be, these junior ones are fantastic, and they've been consolidating for a while. So again, I don't know, can you get the 13 level? That would be
Market data connection loss.
ideal, somewhere around there. So keep an eye on it. Last but not least, Flex LNG. Again, we like natural gas. We'll be exporters at some point. So again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're confused by chop, you got to learn to understand that every day isn't up. When you're coming off of lows or coming off the highs, there's going to be days that are confusing. And again, I don't necessarily want to just be bullish to be bullish, but it makes sense that the Stock Traders Almanac, first 10 days of August typically rip if you're oversold and you've got the market sentiment at pretty negative. Feels ripe, doesn't it? So don't get crazy. Don't do anything stupid. If you have questions, again, do not hesitate to reach out. I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. You guys are amazing. Have a great evening. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.